Good afternoon, Boat Club. It's Friday, August 22nd. It's steak night, so I got a short briefing about 3 items tonight and this weekend, and then I have an update on Boat Club financials. I'll try to make it brief because there's 1 or 2 things that I wanted to communicate to you guys that is relevant. First of all, tonight there's a new band for the club called the Jukes. I've heard really amazing things about them, so I think they're going to be really good. I'm sure they'll be on the deck this evening, so enjoy that for steak night. Now, until Labor Day is over, the lines have gotten pretty long. It's busy on Friday, so anticipate that. And be nice to each other. Everybody be kind. Just plan on a larger crowd. In the end, it's good for the club, and know that after Labor Day, all that stuff will start to settle down. Now, tomorrow there are 2 events. One is blind ski at 9 a.m. in the morning. My understanding, at least as of Tuesday, they were still looking for help with drivers, not boat drivers, but vehicle drivers, I think, for shuttling from the club to Hidden Shore Anchorage for the participants. So if you're interested to participate, show up at the club tomorrow morning. I don't know, 8:30 I believe is what people are being told to expect. Also tomorrow is Flotilla. It's interesting. It turns out that the enforcement officers, the Parks and Rec and lifeguards, have already gotten wind of our event tomorrow. So the briefing today is to expect enforcement in Deanza Cove and on the water to be keeping an eye on us. One of the things that they were wanted to point out to us, that if you carry alcohol through the park to put on your kayak or to swim out to a boat, they're likely going to be watching for that. So that is not legal. It's against the rules, so don't do that. The good news is there will be keg beer on the pontoon. So just bring yourself. If you got a kayak, a little paddle board, or you just want to swim out at short distances, I'm going to lug over a couple of 2-man kayaks, so maybe we'll have a little shuttle service or something for you guys. So there is a flyer with a map for those of you who didn't do it last year. We're not going to have food this time. We tried last year. We're not going to try that again. And then tomorrow night we'll drain back into the club for karaoke. So that's going to be fun. Now, let's talk real quickly about Boat Club financials. Those that were at the meeting, it was a good turnout on Tuesday. We talked about the pressure to maybe increase some prices in order to arrest the deterioration of our bottom line. So the top line goes up, but the amount of money that we're able to keep at the end of each month is shrinking. And so I'd just like to state at this point that our current board of directors is really outstanding. So we have a lot of experience in this team. I'm really, really proud of the work that gets done in these executive sessions. This last one was 2 hours at least, maybe 2.5 hours. It was animated, but it was productive, and it was creative, and it was problem solving, and I was really, really impressed. So here's the outcome of that. We have 2 levers that I anticipated and maybe in the future could still be pulled. One lever is to increase boat storage by $20. For example, that helps. Another level is increased dues by $10. That really helps. But we found a way around that. So the good news is we don't have to do that. One thing that we did point out, and now it's important, is that the boat club has been eating sales tax. So everything in the operations, food and beverage, we pay 7 point whatever percent sales tax. And the boat club has been eating that. Starting September 1, we're going to reverse that situation. So the POS will be set up to collect sales tax. And what that does is it brings that 7% right straight to the bottom line. And that's a good majority of the positive cash flow that we need. Another good news in this full evaluation that we did is that we have good cash reserves on hand. So we're not in a panic mode situation. We got money in the savings account and money market, and so we're thrilled about that. So we just want to make sure that the cash flow continues, and we want to be responsible, especially going into next year. That the next is assuming there's another administration, if there's any changes in the board, that they're propped up and set up and ready to go without having to worry about cash flow in the bottom line. And then there's actually two other areas that we are working on to resolve our bottom line issue. There were two issues in the galley. One I went after early. We wanted to get the cost of labor as percentage of sales to a point that's industry standard, and that was pretty easy fix. We resolved that, and so I'm really happy with the cost of labor. Now we're looking at the cost of food as a percentage of sales. So we're going to do some strong evaluation on our key selling items. There's like 10 items that we'll focus on because you may know that we purposely subsidize the cost of the steaks on the Friday night to keep that legacy pricing, and we're going to continue to protect the pricing of the steaks, but something got to give because we don't want the bottom line to be negatively impacted just because things are the way they have always been. So we're resolving our bottom line concerns, or we're adjusting the bottom line concerns with really two primary moves. One is a resolution or resolving a cost of goods scenario that we know we can improve and have to improve, and the other is collecting sales tax for a change. So those two things get us pretty much to where we will need to be. So those are changes are going to start September 1. So after Labor Day weekend, you may notice small changes there. But then I think we're okay. So we'll probably report back again October, November to see if the changes are really showing up on that bottom line. We still do have a couple of levers we can pull if we think it's necessary, but to be honest, I don't think it is. So it's good news as far as I know. Also, the board approved the sunset deck project that you may have heard about. The board approved purchasing of the materials. We're going to build it ourselves, and I'm excited about it. It's a 16 by 24 sunset deck. Most of you know where it's going to go. It's going to prevent us from having to lug that stage around when we do concerts on the lawn, and it's going to give us a really cool spot for viewing sunsets from the property. We made a design decision to, instead of digging holes and putting posts, we're going to use piers, which actually creates a non-permanent structure, which is very friendly when it comes to things like leases and so on. So that's what I got. Everything's fine. You guys enjoy the weekend. Be nice to each other. Bring your joy down, man. Everybody, get your smiles on. Come, bring your good energy, and let's have some fun this weekend. Appreciate you, and we'll see you at the club.